Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, bud. Happy birthday.
Say happy birthday, Steve.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Come on.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Awesome.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. You, Bobby.
You want to say it?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Good evening. Welcome to our 7th annual I Have a Voice Gala. My name is Mandy Drakeford, Executive Director of GiGi's Playhouse Fort Wayne, and I'm here with Doug Atkinson, Board President from GiGi's Playhouse Fort Wayne. And we are so grateful that you're here this evening. We're celebrating 5 whole years here at GiGi's Playhouse Fort Wayne. So throughout the evening, you're going to have lots of fun entertainment, celebration, excitement, and we hope that you'll be dancing along with us at home. Before we dive into a look at our last 5 years, I'd like to spend some time reflecting with Doug. Doug and Cindy brought GiGi's Playhouse to Fort Wayne, and so I'd love to just spend a little bit of time reflecting on the last 5 years.
Well, it all started with the birth of our granddaughter, Charlotte, who was born with Down syndrome. When that happened, Cindy and I said that we needed to do whatever we possibly could to give her every opportunity that was available out there. A few weeks later, our son brought us a brochure from this place called GiGi's Playhouse in Hoffman Estates, Illinois. And we took a look at it. We did a lot of research on it, and then scheduled an appointment with Nancy Gianni, the mother of GiGi, the founder of GiGi's Playhouse. And we decided to go to Hoffman Estates and meet with her. So we got back here and we thought, well, let's see how many other people might be interested in this to see if it makes sense that we can do this. And through social media, we had an invitation for a meeting, and over 25 people showed up for that first meeting. Parents and grandparents and interested parties in finding out just what more could be done for our Down syndrome population in the Fort Wayne community. So coming out of that, shortly into that meeting, we came out with the idea, well, we're going to make this happen. As one of our board members says, let's get her done. And we moved forward then and said, well, we probably ought to make this a community event in the biggest way possible. And we decided that we should have a gala. And in 6 weeks, we pulled together our first annual gala called Believe in the Build. Through the support of our local community and our volunteers and our interested partners within the community, we pulled together a great gala. And it's been a great annual event for us ever since. In that meeting too, after that gala, I should say, we went to the point of saying, well, we've got to pull this all together and let's get this house built, this GiGi's Playhouse built. And at that point, we started looking around and we found a great place where we are here today. Within 10 months, we opened the doors. So it was 6 years ago this next month that we had our meeting, and we're just now celebrating our 5-year anniversary.
Yeah. And we went from 25 families initially to 303 families now, which is incredible to see that exponential growth over the last 5 years. And what does that mean to you? Why is it so important that so many families in our community are being served by our programs?
Well, it's just been an ongoing growth curve that's been just phenomenal. When we started out, I was looking at our past numbers. Our first couple of months, we were doing 100 tours a month, just talking and sharing with the community what GiGi's was all about. And then that led into the incoming volunteers who said, I want to be able to assist in this. I want to be able to help in that. From the volunteers, the program started to expand, the number of programs that we were offering. We were offering programs for all ages, from talking to expectant parents of a Down syndrome child, all the way up to our oldest adult at that time was in his mid-50s. And so we just continued to expand those programs. Sometimes we had to split the programs to accommodate the numbers. And the Playhouse has always been a very, very active place, and it all started out then. So that was January of 2016. We were the 29th Playhouse at that point, and now there's 51 in the network. So we're very, very excited about how it's all grown. And that has only come with the support of the local community, the volunteers, our wonderful staff, being able to get the message out there and share it with everybody and have successes with all of our programs.
Yeah, it's just incredible, and we're so grateful for the community's continued support. And for everybody watching this evening, I would love to talk more about the health bar. So I know career development was really important to you and Cindy and to our founding board members. And so I'd love to hear more about Genesis Health Bar, the launch of Genesis Health Bar, and all of the career development that's happening here at GiGi's Playhouse Fort Wayne.
Well, when we first started looking at property here in Fort Wayne, one of the things we wanted to make sure we did was have enough space that we could begin a social enterprise right from the get-go. It was important to us that we had that opportunity out there for our adults to be able to take life skills and employment skills, job skills that we would be training them through our GGU program, and be able to go out into the community and find employable jobs. And so we started out with our social enterprise here, which first it was a collection of logoed items and various small things. But we learned after just over a year that we needed to do something that was going to attract more traffic and get more of the message out about what our individuals can do and get them involved in the community itself. And so that's when the Genesis Health Bar came together. Part of our GGU is a philosophy is having a healthy you. And so we figured, well, let's make this a very healthy, health-conscious type of restaurant. We have proudly say that we've been the best health food restaurant in Fort Wayne for the last 2 years, according to the people of Fort Wayne. We so appreciate that. But this has given us the opportunity to be able to have our ambassadors, graduates of GGU, work in this environment, be employable to work outside of this environment, and to get them involved in the community. It's all about sharing what they can do, not what they can't do, what they can do. And GiGi's and Genesis helps provide that. Right,
yeah, and we have 24 ambassadors working in our health bar each week now, and reaching those best of all moments as they prepare to work out in our community as well. We'd love to chat more with you about what's in store for GiGi's. What's coming up for us as we look to our next 5 years and next 50 years here in our community?
Well, everything is a possibility. When we have opportunities out there, we fully research them and decide if that's the best thing and will that work into our plan. We just recently did a review of our strategic plan, and there's a number of things that we found that we have the opportunity to expand on. Number one is we feel we're looking for any opportunity to get our participants out in the community. And that's not only the adults, but also the teenagers and the children too, where possible. So we're looking at possibilities within the community of festivals or different types of food festivals or just community events that would allow us to be able to participate in those and show everyone what GiGi's Playhouse is about and what our individuals can do. I think that there's a possibility of expanding our Genesis doors outside of our Playhouse. And there may be areas that we can see that happening in the near future, from food festivals to working in partnership with some other nonprofits in the community, to potentially being employed in some food truck or some other festival activity. So there's a number of those things happening that could be happening down the road, and we're very excited about those possibilities.
Yeah, you touched on a really important part of GiGi's Playhouse. So not only do we have our free purposeful programs with an educational, therapeutic, and career training focus, but we also our mission is to build acceptance in the entire world for individuals with Down syndrome, and that's why it's so important that we're out in the community with our ambassadors, building acceptance for our friends with Down syndrome.
And that acceptance is mostly education. One of the things that we're striving to do within the corporate community of Fort Wayne is to be able to get out to them and share our story here. When we're talking to our local partners here in the community, it's with three things in mind. Number one is education. Explain to them what GiGi's Playhouse is and what Down syndrome is about and the capabilities of our participants. Number two is employment. Are there opportunities there for our individuals to be gainfully employed, becoming more independent as they go through life? And then lastly is, of course, building those relationships for potential funding. We are 100% self-funded. All the monies that keep our doors open here are from the support of our local community. So we feel that there's a great opportunity within the corporate community of the Fort Wayne area.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had such a generous community, and not
indeed.
only financially, but also volunteer. You know, we have more than 200 volunteers each year that help us out, and I know many of you are watching, so thank you for joining us this evening, and thank you to all of our supporters and all of our volunteers joining us this evening. Do you have anything else you'd like to say to our viewers tonight?
Well, I would just say on behalf of our board, on behalf of our volunteers and our staff, and most importantly on behalf of our participants, we just want to give you our collective heartfelt thank you for all that you've done for us. We wouldn't be where we are today, doing what we are today, without the support of the community and from individuals to corporations to foundations to everything. And GiGi's is a part of the community and is because of the community, and we are so appreciative of that.
Thank you, Doug, for being here. Really appreciate your time this evening, and thank you all for watching. Go to our website and look at our silent auction items. We hope that you'll be bidding along with us, as the support from our silent auction and any donations this evening go directly back to support our free purposeful programs for 303 families here in northern Indiana. Thank you again. We hope you enjoy the show.
started the business in 2005 and just wanted to, start a new thing where customers had choice for closets and cabinetry type items, more of a custom appeal versus just the standard box item type things that they could buy at home improvement stores. And just kind of started it with a mission of doing God's work through retail business and trying to be upfront and honest with customers and just give them something that they probably couldn't otherwise afford.
I measure with my dad. I do measuring on lights, and sometimes go to your sites and help him build closets with him and Justin and Jerry. So yeah.
You can either call the office at 419-542-0454, or you can go online. You can go to our website at closetfix.com. You can search for us on Facebook, Closet and Storage Solutions, or you can email us at closetfix1@gmail.com.
We have a special appearance this evening from our founder, Nancy Gianni, and the Gigi. I hope you'll enjoy hearing from them next.
Happy birthday, GiGi's Fort Wayne! Oh my gosh, you guys. 5 years? Do you remember when you guys were starting when there was only, I think they had like 25 families? Do you know how many they serve now, Gigi? What? Over 300 families. You guys are amazing. With the support, your community support is something that's always blown me away. And here's where I'm gonna get myself in trouble. Fort Wayne is like one of my favorites. Because you too? Yeah. You know what happens? Every time something happens across the country, whether it's a tornado, whether it's a hurricane, they are the first ones, or tornado, whatever it is, they are the first ones to call up and say, how can we help? Not, what can you do to help our Playhouse? They always reach out to their brothers and sisters, the other 60 Playhouses and startups across the country and say, how can we help them? So not only do they serve that Fort Wayne community, but they serve the entire network. They are leaders in the GiGi's Playhouse family, and we are so, so proud of them. We are so proud of their community that continues to step up with thousands of volunteer hours. They continue to make things happen, like their Genesis Health Cafe. I mean, that is amazing. Gigi University, the Amina Grace program. You guys continue to grow and grow and grow and serve more families with even more programs. So not only do you serve them with our free therapeutic and educational programs, but you support them in such a family way. It's such a family unit at Fort Wayne, and they're like our favorite. So we just love you guys so much. We are so proud of you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. We can't wait till we could be there with you in person celebrating.
After the virus.
After the virus, because there is nothing like being at the Fort Wayne location. There's so much love, so much heart, so much passion that just surrounds the mission of global acceptance. And you guys exemplify that every year, all the way from your top board members, all the way down to your volunteers and every single person in that Playhouse. So thank you so much for being a leader and a mentor in the GiGi's Playhouse family. We love you guys. Don't we love them so much?
Yeah.
Yes, and we will be there soon. Happy birthday. Gigi, want to sing him a quick happy birthday?
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to Fort Wayne. Happy birthday to you.
Woo! So proud of you. 5 years old today and killing it. Love you guys. Mwah.
Going into quarantine meant that we lost so much, and for Ariana, she lost everything. Then I heard about GiGi's at home, and it's been so amazing.
It really is like coming home to a family.
And for us, it's been the one constant thing during this pandemic, which
says a lot.
I feel like it's like school and therapy in the comfort of your own home.
I think the fact that GiGi's offers these on-demand and online classes is amazing, and this lets you connect with many families in the community that have families just like yours, and it really helps you, I guess, use those resources without leaving the comfort of your own home.
One of our board members said this year, the presumption of success and the absence of fear is driving the success of GiGi's Playhouse in 2020. Absence of fear? I have never been more fearful in my entire life than I was this year. 2 brand new families had come to the Hoffman Estates Playhouse with their brand new babies. And I remember that night I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep thinking, we didn't know at all what COVID was. What if something would have happened to one of those babies because they came here? That's what really made that decision a lot easier, to close our doors, to know that we were doing it for the right reasons, for the safety of our families, and knowing that we weren't going to sleep and we weren't going to stop until we had another alternative. That was 4,400 hours of free therapeutic and educational programs were stopped immediately. And our families were left without their GiGi's Playhouse. And GiGi's at Home began that day. When GiGi's at Home launched with the on-demand and live programming, I was completely blown away by, first of all, the ease of use, the security that was put into place to protect our families, and the fact that our families were getting on with their infants and with their toddlers, with their teenagers, and with their adults, and jumping into these programs. We were one of the first, even before the schools were doing virtual learning, we were offering it, and people were eating it up. Watching our infants in our LMNOP, our language, music, and our PEEPS, which is our speech and communication program, watching them come to life on the screens, when they hear the GiGi's songs, when they see the instructors, when they see their friends, it is life-changing. I am telling you, there is nothing more beautiful than watching this happen real time, than being on that screen and seeing them learning. Our kids strive on structure, and being able to add that has been an incredible gift from God. It's just been amazing. It's, again, that COVID silver lining, something. We are now globally accessible to everyone. And currently we are serving families in 36 different countries.
Online, doing it from home, has allowed me to really give them that one-to-one sort of support while being supported by someone who knows what they're doing.
I would just describe it as an awesome layer of support in a time where we didn't really know what school was going to look like. We didn't know when we were going to go back, and Gigi stepped right in seamlessly.
It really has structured her week in a way that she feels totally proud of what she's doing. We're now meeting people in Annapolis and at the Playhouse in Annapolis, and we're meeting people in where else? Cleveland.
Yeah, that's it.
Cleveland, and our Raleigh Playhouse has had so many volunteers in these virtual programs.
As a parent, it just made me feel like all that hard work of getting him on Zoom and just putting the time in has paid off.
GiGi's at Home is amazing.
I love our new GiGi's at Home virtual programs.
When COVID first hit and we had to cancel all of our spring events, that was over 50 events in the spring that accounted for 76% of our second quarter funding. So $2.4 million was instantly lost, and we had to find a way to try to recoup that money. That's where Step to Accept came in, our first 60 Playhouse fundraiser. We've been working with Microsoft on how we are going to use artificial intelligence and machine learning to automate our GG Fit program so our families can do it at home, and that we can capture all that valuable data that we don't have on individuals with Down syndrome. Down syndrome is the largest chromosomal disability in our country and the least funded. That means programs, research, there's not a lot of it out there for our families. We are driven by excitement, we are driven by innovation, we are driven by change, and we are always going to be there for our GG's family.
I think the impact of having a place to call and having a place that you immediately feel accepted, not only accepted, welcomed, but the joy of how you're received. I would have loved something like this 20 years ago.
It's a sacred place for us. It's a place where we feel welcomed and comfortable, and we know that no matter what, it's a place that we can go to, which says, it speaks volumes.
It was great to be able to be around moms that had kids of all ages. I was, fortunate to see moms that had new babies like mine, but then moms that were at each developmental stage.
So we continue to educate and get our kids ready for this world, but again, is the world ready for them? That's where Generation G comes in. Generation G is a conscious decision to be better every day. Be generous, be kind, be accepting. We are going to be getting the Generation G message of acceptance out in any way possible we can this year. We have our acceptance challenge. You can look at that at acceptancechallenge.org. We have our video podcast hosted by Gigi Gianni, who's the first individual with Down syndrome to host a video podcast. 2020 also brought us 4 new GiGi's Playhouse locations, 3 of them that were opened virtually during the pandemic and have been serving families ever since, both virtually and in person. It was amazing. We are so excited to be adopted by Bain, New York, Bain is one of the top management consultants agencies in the world, and to be adopted by them for the year 2021 and get their strategic insight, get all of that support that they're going to be giving us is beyond excited. And we are looking for more corporate partnerships like that. Corporate investors, angel investors, we need it all. Bain, New York said GiGi's has high ambition paired with limited funding, making them ripe for support and collaborations. Help us continue to change the way the world sees Down syndrome and send a global message of acceptance for all. And then seeing in Forbes, their headline, Down Syndrome Achievement Center creates virtual classes, provides hope during pandemic. I was just blown away. It's so amazing seeing the way other people see us. Microsoft called our digital transformation remarkable. That is so cool. Cranes voted us as one of their 2020 notable entrepreneurs. And NHK Japan, the largest media broadcasting company in Asia, told our story to the world. I hope you all join us on our quest to make this world a better place, because it's time. It is time for our kids to be accepted, respected, valued, and celebrated. Please help us in our quest for Generation G. Be generous, be kind, be accepting. It's a conscious decision to be better every day, and all of us can do it. From a prenatal diagnosis, through career skills, and now through a pandemic, we are here for you. We will always be here for you.
GiGi's, I think, changes lives, but not only the families that come. I always tell my families, you're going to be surprised. It's not only your family that gets impacted, but the community around you. GiGi's, community, families, we love it.
Is very much like a community that everyone connects with each other. They're always available to answer questions.
It is basically a second family.
Just to see people every week and talk about our kids and interact, and the kids are singing, to a lot of unity, and it was just beautiful.
I don't think that there are enough words to say thank you to GiGi's. Nothing I say will let them know how big of an impact they've made on our lives. I am very excited and hopeful for what they'll provide, not only for Isaiah, but for our whole family.
Your support today will help us catch up with our 2020 funding and catapult us into the rest of 2021, where we're going to continue to innovate, we're going to continue to serve, we're going to continue to be there every step of the way for our families. We will never leave them alone. I think we've proven that we've been able to do it through a pandemic, and we just need your help.
Next up, catch some of our performances from our ballerinas, our Drums Alive drummers, and our new Skoog musicians. Be sure to check out our silent auction items. We hope you're bidding along. Be checking in to make sure you're not being outbid and looking at all of our great items. All of the support comes back to GiGi's Playhouse Fort Wayne.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Hello to my friends, moms and dads and boys and girls at GiGi's Playhouse in Fort Wayne, Indiana. How are you all? Well, I know it's springtime, but you know, with Santa, Christmas is every day. So I'd like to give you all an early present. And that is, well, as you know, Christmas season was very different last year. Santa couldn't make his personal visits like he did. So I ended up doing virtual visits with children. I could get on the computer and I could come into people's homes through your computer and not through your chimney. And it was wonderful. It was wonderful. I had a green screen here and fancy backgrounds, and we talked to children all over the country. And it was neat. It was fun. And the children were not disappointed. I think they were very, very happy because, you know, they're all so computer oriented these days. So, to the highest bidder this evening, you bid high, and I will provide you with a virtual visit for your family. And you can call me on my phone, which is 260-414-8016. That's the Santa hotline, and it should be in the bulletin. And we will schedule a time. And we will also exchange information. And then, at that time, I will zoom into your home. And I will hook up with your computer and your children and your families. And if you have family in Chicago, we'll hook them up. If you have people in Florida, we'll hook them in, and we'll get them all together at the same time, and it'll be a Christmas party. Yes, it will. So Merry Christmas, everyone. You know, after 40 years of doing Santa, it gets more exciting every year, and this coming year will be no exception. I look forward to meeting some really fun children and adults. And as you know, I know it's springtime, but don't forget, Santa's watching. He's always watching, so I want you to be good. I want you to be good so you'll be on the nice list. So until that time, Merry Christmas, everyone. Oh,
I'm Caitlin Ralph, the director of Only Alpha Pool Products Down Syndrome Advocacy Program. What started off as a small program to promote inclusion and raise awareness for Down syndrome has shifted to address a problem we saw within the disability community, the lack of water safety skills. Our program financially helps swim instructors obtain their adaptive swim certification through our partner Swim Angelfish. Our main goal for the program is to have individuals with disabilities safe around water and to not only swim safely, but swim independently.
We hope you're enjoying the celebration this evening and all of the familiar faces that you're seeing on your screen. I'm here with one of our supporters, Judy Cox. Her family has been with us since the very beginning, and we wanted to spend some time before we get to a special announcement this evening, learning about Judy and her family and their support of GiGi's. So welcome, Judy. Thank you for being here this evening.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I'm always excited to be with GiGi's.
Yeah, we love having you here at the Playhouse, and would love to hear why your family decided to start supporting GiGi's.
Well, even before they opened, Doug and Cindy have been friends of mine for many, many years. And when they told me about it, we have a foundation called the J. Cox Family Foundation. And when they told me about it, I realized how well it would fit into the way we fund people. And so our family foundation was begun so that we can help other families in the Fort Wayne community. And anything like this is perfect for the kind of funding we wanted to do. So we really felt compelled. You know, it was a wonderful beginning, and I like to see something new that was so desperately needed. And when these families, I know, get a diagnosis of Down syndrome, it's scary. And so when we decided to fund this, we realized that these people have put more of their money into just keeping them alive in the surgeries and the medical bills and everything. And so when we found out that GiGi's was going to offer services for them that were free services that they probably in other circumstances would never have been able to afford, and that the children would grow up knowing that they had purpose in life, that they really can do things, and that they can later in life maybe become independent. And it was just such a positive message that we couldn't refuse.
Yeah, we're so grateful for your support. You've made it possible so that our ambassadors have work experiences and our little ones can learn how to go from crawling to walking, and we just couldn't do it without your family support. So thank you, Judy.
Well, it's been a privilege for us to be able to do this and to see it grow.
We have a special announcement this evening, and we hope you'll join us in on this challenge. And Judy, would you like to share more about the challenge you're issuing this evening?
Sure. From the very beginning, we have donated each year with the purpose of having others join us in this donation. And so this year we are going to contribute again $10,000, and we're going to ask people to match this challenge. Doesn't have to be the whole amount, can be pieces, and lots of pieces really add up when it comes to giving something like this, and everybody's piece counts.
Yeah, every dollar counts. As we've mentioned, we're 100% funded by the community, and thanks to Judy and thanks to all of you watching and many of our supporters, we couldn't do it without you. So we're so grateful, Judy, for you and your family. We hope you'll join us in this challenge this evening. We're so grateful, Judy, for you and your family's continued support, and we're grateful for all of you watching at home. Log on, feel free to make a donation. Any size matters, as we've mentioned. It goes directly back to support our free Purposeful programs. We also hope you'll take a look back at our silent auction. There's still a lot of great items to bid on this evening. And thank you again for all of your support of GiGi's Playhouse Fort Wayne.
So we had no idea during the pregnancy. Everything came back tests on scans. They didn't even detect her heart issue. That wasn't discovered until after birth either. So it was very much a surprise. But the doctors, fortunately, were very kind to us and didn't have any of those horror stories that you hear about very often. So we were fortunate that way. So we had just began to get involved with Dasani, with the buddy walk and whatnot, and that was right about the time that we learned that GiGi's was coming. And so through Dasani is how we learned about GiGi's, and we were here for the grand opening. I actually was fortunate enough to be asked to help. I painted the mural that's on the wall, so I got to see the place before a lot of people did, which was a lot of fun. We did a lot of the open play when she was pretty young. Scheduling didn't allow us to get involved into too many programs at the time, but we've since done some literacy tutoring. We're currently in math tutoring and some speech therapy as well. It's been wonderful. It gives us an opportunity to not only expand what she's capable of, but an opportunity to really get to know some of the other families better as well. We get together, a few times a year outside of GiGi's, but to be able to see them in here in a more casual setting is really nice. It means more opportunity for her as she gets older. She won't be limited so much by what society expects of her, but she'll be able to show them what she's capable of, and a lot of that will be because of what she'll learn here. I see us being here a lot. I see her participating in a lot of the programs as she gets older. and she becomes more friends. You know, she gets closer with the friend group that she has from her age group, just doing the programs and really using the tools that she learns here to help her outside of this. I look forward to her just being more confident in herself, in the way that she can speak and communicate, in her skills that she takes back to school. Just giving her that added confidence that she knows that she doesn't have to second guess when she's trying to give an answer.
We were a part of the Dasani organization, the Down Syndrome Association of Northeast Indiana, and I believe maybe through the Buddy Walk or just people, you know, talking about it. I know we were here when it started. Has it been 5 years? Yeah. So yeah, it was really exciting to find out there was going to be something like that available here in Fort Wayne. That was super exciting. We decided to homeschool him through high school. So just the opportunity, I think, for him to get back into a school setting with his peers and, you know, in a college-like setting, and just kind of learn what it would be like to, you know, think about getting a job and just learning some of those basic skills and communication and how to work well with others. And it was just a super great opportunity for him, something that may not have been available to him otherwise. So
yeah, and the interaction part of it with helping cook meals and things like that versus just all schooling all the time really is big for kids with Down syndrome and autism, things like that. It keeps them occupied, and they don't have to necessarily think and write as much, if that makes sense, and it helps keep them motivated.
I think the biggest thing is discipline, responsibility, just realizing that, hey, I have a job and I've made a commitment and I need to be at work on time, and I have things that I have to do that are important. And I think it's just really taught him a sense of responsibility and what it's like to be an adult. And especially with the health bar, he loves food. So just being in a situation or an environment where he can actually serve others because he loves people, and then get to work with food at the same time, has just been huge.
Inclusion, I think in general, is huge because people come in there expecting what they are getting. You know, they know that the kids have Down syndrome, whereas if you put a Down syndrome child in a different setting, they're looked at differently. They're not included. Or I shouldn't say, they're not always included, and I think they know the difference, that they are on equal footing with the other participants when they're at GiGi's, but they don't always feel that way with other people.
I believe it was a representative from East Allen County Schools that had called me and said that Cameron was eligible to participate in what they call vocational rehab. And since he was homeschooled, she was willing to actually work with him one-on-one. So she actually came and met with me and Cam and just talked to him about some of his interests and things that he liked to do. And then she had a few companies and organizations that she felt he might fit in well with. So he kind of followed her, and they went, I believe they went to Walgreens and, let's see, where else did they go? To Goodwill. And then I'm not sure how we heard about the Y, but I had mentioned that I thought there was already somebody with Down syndrome working at the Y, and I thought, hey, let's look into that. So we just contacted the director here, and he was very gracious and set up an interview, and he got the job. I would say, I mean, it's just an amazing program. And when you think that there is a program for each child at every age, something that will, you know, further them in their development, help them to communicate better with others, just to have opportunities that they may not otherwise have. I mean, it's just huge, and I believe that the possibilities are really endless. And so it's been a great thing for Cameron just to be able to, you know, do what he loves and see his friends on a regular basis and just grow with all the skills that he has. So, yeah, I would say it's definitely something they need to check out.
Do it. And I think adding to the fact that the people that are employed there and volunteer there have a passion and a heart for helping these kids, and it shows. It shows.
You know, I think the greatest part for me as a mom is just being able to teach Cameron that, you know, it doesn't matter what kind of job you have, there's just nothing too small or too big, and just to be able to teach him how, you know, it's just so important to give your all and to do what you do right and do it well, and just the pride that I think he senses, and just knowing that he's accomplished something and he gets a paycheck, and now we get to work on money management, and it's just another stepping stone into another stage of life. And so it's just great. I didn't know that we would ever be to this point so quickly, and so GiGi's has really provided a lot for us in that way.
Yeah, I do like to do the class. Like, we've been playing a lot of games, and we've been doing a dance, which is a workout dance. It was really good, and it was really good class. It was have fun, and we've been trying our best. So it was nice to meet some friends, and nice to meet some more people for this year, so I'm so happy and so excited about it. I do love the work, and I love to meet a customer and say hi, tell me you're ready to order. I really do love helping a lot of people, and mom and dad, they always so proud of me because I'm really good at helping.
We chose to enroll Judy in GGU because it looked like a good opportunity for her. There are just so many great things about GGU. The other students it was nice to meet the other people and work with them. The instructors, the staff here are just excellent people, very caring, very kind for everybody here. It's just a very safe environment. As far as what I hope for Judy, things that she learned in the school were some organizational skills. She was able to just pick up on what they were teaching, and the joy in her eyes was probably the best thing. She just had a purpose and a goal, and she achieved it. And that's very nice. Working with the Genesis Bar and through the GGU has given Judy lots of independence. It's all I hear about at the house. What they did, how they do this, the whole procedure and everything. So she's picked up on it. She's very proud of it. I'd recommend people give it a try to enroll their kids here. Just come out and see what it is. Talk to Mandy, talk to the staff. I think it's going to be a good fit for just about everybody. No pressure. Lots of fun, and a good learning experience too.
There's a class that we have over here, and I was one of them. And we experience like job skills, like we go to different jobs and know what job title they have in each area. My biggest thing I've learned from GGU is the jobs, money, communication, education. Learning about money helps you with other jobs too. And the reason why I want to work at Genesis here to help me everyday life, from skills to journeys to future, GGU, whole you, and everything new.
My experience is that back in 2017, I actually graduated from GGU. What I like about GGU is the independence, because we have a motto that is independent and whole you and healthy you. I love just socializing in Genesis. Really, I love to really do everything. The most important thing that I learned about GGU is that I like to be more independent, but also / to do money too, so I can be more independent on my money skills. Love to be a chef ever since I was little, but since I was little, I can't really cook anything until I grow up, and now I am now, and now I get to pursue my dreams.